Animal Camp by Leading for Life 2012. One summer at Animal Camp, the campers were put into teams to form a pageant for an important investor for the camp. The campers were very excited and spent the entire day planning and practicing. The bird team decided to perform a segment of Swan Lake. Everyone was yelling out suggestions and ideas, and it was obvious that they needed a leader. There were no swans present at camp that summer, so the team elected Sally Seagull to the job because she volunteered and was outspoken. Sally assigned roles to her teammates but would often get involved in the details of rehearsing. When it came time for the performance, it was discovered that no one felt very prepared and most were quite confused. But the team decided to go ahead with the show, for what else could they do? The lights went down and the curtain opened on the scene, showing an odd-looking cast because Carla Cardinal thought it was a little funny to go a little wild with the hairdos. Ellie Egglet began what she hoped was a nice rendition of the music, but could barely be heard. The important investor frowned, but continued watching. Peter Penguin, who looked very nice in his tux, was struck silent by stage fright and had to be led from the stage by his friend. The Parrot brothers tried to dance, but they began trying to upstage each other, and a swift kick in the hip had the younger brother limping off the stage. So Erwin Egret tried his big entrance and leaped onto the stage, but his landing was so awkward he slid right into the audience. The Goose Sisters came on stage in beautifully sewn costumes they had made for a previous performance of Hello, Dolly. Raleigh Wren, who had a beautiful voice by the way, ended up pulling a hamstring doing splits. For the finale of the show, Connie had written a slapstick comedy act called Swan Bake and had assigned Ollie Owl. However, he was so perturbed about having to act foolish that he just stood there blinking owlishly. Ellie Egglet went for the high finish, but the audience could take no more and began literally hooting and laughing hysterically. This made some of the bird team very angry. As luck would have it, the important investor rose from his seat, walked onto the stage, and announced that he would be investing additional money for the next camp year to include a session on personality strengths, weaknesses, and appropriate role assignments. Thanks for listening to this edition of Animal Camp.